Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, and we're carrying on with the Casey Anthony trial, and the next witness is Tony Lazarro again. This initial testimony starts off by asking Tony about an AOL instant messenger account and what his name was on there. And before this can even get started, it's finished because the judge wants to go through all these messages before they're put out there. So that day is done. We come back the next day and we start with, while Tony was in New York, he stayed in contact with Casey on a daily basis. He returned on the 5th of July and Casey picked him up in his car. There was no change in her demeanour. She was happy to see him, and they went back to his apartment and they went out, and Tony met some of her friends. From the 5th of July to the 15th of July, Casey stayed with him, and again, no change in her behaviour. The stay, I don't get the point of this, but they show him a Blockbuster receipt from 16th of July. He rented a movie, Casey went with him. So we then go to the night that Cindy turns up at the apartment to take Casey, and this is basically seeing it from Tony's point of view. So he says he was at home with Nate, they were playing on the Xbox, Casey was obviously there. There was a knock at the door and Tony just shouted, "Come in," and Amy walked in. He says Casey and Amy looked at each other and they just walked out. Shortly after, the door flung open and Casey came running in, and Casey's mum was standing at the door. He didn't know who it was at the time. He told her to come in. He says Casey and Cindy were yelling at each other and Tony was just sat there in shock. Then they left. Tony thought someone was in trouble. Tony didn't contact Casey and figured Casey would contact him. He obviously didn't want to get involved with whatever was going on and had no clue what was coming. He waited a while and did then try to contact Casey, and then realised Casey's phone was still at his apartment and he didn't have her house number. So he called Amy and spoke with her. A deputy came to the apartment and Tony gave the deputy Casey's cell phone, and then he left. He still hadn't heard from Casey. The same deputy came back again to do a search of the apartment. The deputy didn't leave with anything, and he was there for about half an hour. And then obviously we know Lee went, but Tony had received a phone call prior to Lee coming. He says Lee was concerned. Tony asked Lee what was going on and Lee told him. He gave Lee a bag of clothes and a laptop which Lee had asked him to get ready before he turned up. He says he just thought, wow. He was pretty taken aback and surprised. He didn't try to contact Casey, but she did contact him on the 16th of July, and now we start going through messages between them both. So the first one is from Casey. She says, "I'm so sorry for not telling you what happened. We obviously need to talk. I need you. I love you more than you know." Then Tony says, "Where is Kaylee?" Casey, "I honestly don't know." Tony, "I don't know. Are you serious? When did you find out?" I mean, from these messages you can tell Tony is upset, he's angry, he's worried. Casey, "I've been filling reports all night and driving around with multiple officers looking at old apartments I had taken her to. Everything. I am the worst fucking person in the entire world. I don't know what I will do if something happens to her." Casey, "Too long. Let's just leave it at that." Tony, "Why wouldn't you tell me of all people? I was your boyfriend that cares about you and your daughter. Doesn't make sense to me why you would lie to me thinking she was fine with your nanny." Casey, "I lied to everyone. What was I supposed to say? I trust my daughter with some psycho. How does that look?" Tony, "I don't know what to say. I just hope your daughter is okay, and I'm going to do whatever I can do to help your family and the cops." Casey, "I was put in handcuffs for almost 10 minutes and sat in the back seat of a cop car. The best thing and the most important person in my life is missing, and God only knows if I'm ever going to see her again." Casey, "I am the dumbest person and the worst mother. I honestly hate myself." Casey, "The most important thing is getting Kaylee back, but I truly hope that you can forgive me. Granted, I will never be able to forgive myself, nor will my family. Tony, who is this Zanny person? Casey, someone I had met through a mutual friend almost 4 years ago. She used to be my buddy Jeff's nanny before she became mine. Casey, I'm scared. Tony, are you home? Casey, yeah, almost 12 hours of stuff, finally getting a shower, feel like hell. Tony, where did you drop Kaylee off last time you saw her? Casey, at her apartment at the bottom of the stairs. Tony, where? Casey, Sawgrass Apartments. Casey, have told and showed the police the apartment. Casey, told them and drove out with two different officers. I just got back from the second drive. Casey, if they don't find her, guess who gets blamed and spends eternity in jail? Tony, yeah, no shit, this is serious. Why would you say something sooner about this to anyone? No response from Casey to that message. So then Tony says, oh, and why are you texting me and not calling? Casey, I talked to 2 people that had been directly connected to Zanny. How can I sit there and be so blind and stupid? It's my fault. Casey, I was scared to admit it. I was scared that something was going to happen to my baby. After this text message exchanged, pretty much immediately, they do have a conversation on the phone, and Tony is just asking her where Kaylee is, and all he's getting is she didn't know. Tony is feeling angry. He was lied to. He was betrayed. He says, how do you not know? How do you not know where your daughter is? And Casey just keeps saying she didn't know. And Tony was getting basically extremely pissed off with this, so he just says he's got to go to class and hangs up. So the cross-examination, the defence point out that in the text messages, Casey acts as if Kaylee's still alive and Casey blames herself, which to me is no defence, because a lot of murderers and criminals can say that a lot. So she feels bad for hurting Tony, and despite everything, she shows concern for her family. Tony really didn't know much about what was going on. So that testimony is basically everything from a Tony view, really. Quite interesting, really. So I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.